Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, the creature campaign. When I last left you guys, we had just finished up the Tower of Valny, all 8 floors, and we are proceeding onward to the second half of our creature campaign adventure, and that's going to be in the Lagdou Ruins. This is the ultimate challenge in this game. There is nothing more difficult, there is nothing more arduous and tedious and sometimes horrifying, but at any rate, we're going to jump straight in, and you'll get to see it in all of its glory? Question mark? I guess. We'll see. At any rate, so as I mentioned previously, there are 10 floors to the ruins. This functions identically to the tower in that you are not able to save between floors, as you can see here. You do have the option to leave at any time if you think you're in danger of getting completely pwned, but we're not doing that. We're going full bore, and we're bringing our best units. So, once again, just like the tower, we only have 8 slots on our team. And much like before, we are going to be bringing Tethys because, well, there's no reason not to, because she's awesome. I did feed her the angelic robe that I had sitting around, so now she's at an even 40 hit points, which is really, really good. She has respectable defenses and also incredibly hard to hit, so that's going to be very valuable. We are going to be bringing Archer just because I want to have a bishop, a very good offensive bishop, which Archer definitely is. Little on the low side for luck, but I gave him the Hoplon guard, so he won't be getting critically hit. His defense is pretty but I'm confident he'll be okay. We're not bringing Vanessa. We are, however, bringing Amelia, simply because she is just about better than Gilliam in almost every respect, with the exception of maybe defense. She is much faster than him. She's about as strong, much more luck, much more resistance. Not anywhere near as much constitution, but that's ultimately not going to make that big of a difference. She can wield her Silver Lance, she can wield hand axes with only 1 speed loss, spear with nothing. So yeah, she's going to be fine with just 11 con. And she's got a lot of room to grow yet, and I'm confident she will fill up a lot of these stat bars very easily. We are bringing Natasha. She is 3 experience points away from promoting, and she's going to be by far away our best bishop. So hopefully as soon as she gets a chance to heal 1 person, we'll get her promoted, and she will be let off the chain as a wrecking ball that she is. She's also a very competent healer, already having A rank in staves, so she can equip Physic and Fortify and all the other fun staves. We are bringing Ewan simply because I'm going to be making him a druid very shortly. He only has 1 more level to go. He's already capped magic, so he's up in the same ballpark as Lute in that regard. Not quite as fast as Lute, but given that he's got a lot of room to grow yet, and his speed growth is quite good, I think he'll catch up to her fairly quickly. He's also going to have twice as much constitution as Lute, so he'll be able to use heavier tomes without any speed loss. His luck is also quite good. His defense is passable for a mage. Resistance is pretty good, so he's alright. We're going to keep him on the team. Calm was not coming, neither is Seth. I seriously contemplated bringing either Ephraim or Erica, particularly Ephraim since his stats are just ludicrously good across the board, as you can see here, but I don't really have any need for him. So instead, we are going to be bringing La Rochelle, obviously. She's my best unit right now, given that she's capped most of her stats and is already almost maximum level. She's a mounted healer. She will soon have S rank in light, so she can use her signature Ivaldi tome to utterly decimate monsters, and that'll be awesome, so we're bringing her. We are going to be bringing Tana. She is my best flyer right now. She's not quite as powerful as Cormag, but she is a great deal faster, a great deal more luck, and her defenses are a lot more well-rounded than Cormag's. Cormag is suffering a little bit on the resistance side. Tana is not. And she also can use Vidofner to shore up her not spectacular defense, but Vidofner gives her +5. Also, 9 con is just about all she needs. She gets weighed down by either a point or make at a maximum 2 when using Vidofner, so she'll be fine. And of course, she has the Philly Shield to protect her from bows. And then finally, our last member of the team is going to be Garrick, because Garrick, as you've seen, is a wrecking ball. Nothing slows him down. That is quite literally the case. Nothing he has equipped, even the very heavy steel axe, will have any impact on his speed. Being able to use swords and axes gives him incredible versatility. He's very, very tanky, also very, very strong, and very, very fast. There is literally no downside to this man. So we are taking him. I had contemplated bringing Myr simply because she's a monster stomping machine, but given her limited usage of the Dragonstone, I don't see her being terribly useful in the long run. I also contemplated bringing Lute just for another anima kicker, but the problem with anima magic is it's weak to dark, on the triangle, and we're primarily going to be facing dark magic in the form of Moguls and Gorgons and all that fun jazz. So I decided to go with Ewan instead, and we're going to have 2 bishops, 2 magic users that are not bishops, basically going to be healers. We have Amelia and Garrick for tanking, and we have Tethys and Tana for supporting roles. So a very well-rounded and very powerful team. As you can see, they're already all fully equipped. I bought the best equipment I could get them, and I have plenty of spares in the convoy. In fact, the convoy is just about full. So we are going to jump right into it. This is the first map right here. Pretty standard. We're just going to put Amelia right in the front. In fact, I could just punch down this door, but I think it's more effectual to go this way first. We're going to park Tana right in back, along with La Rochelle and Tethys, because we don't need them to do a whole lot just yet. So as you can see here, we've got this very ruinous looking area. We're not in a tower any longer, so we've actually got some terrain features here, like some grass and whatnot. There's a breakable wall right here. You'll notice also, however, in the Lagdou Ruins, every enemy is promoted, with maybe very, very few exceptions. Down here we have Malduins, we have Wilgies. There's a lot of whites. As you can see, they're mostly whites. Random Cyclops over here, random Elder Bale here, and the only unpromoted units on the map are these 3 Gargoyles. Why they're unpromoted, I don't know. I lied, there's a Revenant here too. Sometimes this Revenant is an Entombed instead, but in this case he's not. So, pretty rank and file enemies. The boss is over here. A lot of ground to cover, so we're going to get right into it. And again, I can't save, so hopefully we don't lose anybody like we did last time, because these are my best guys, and I really can't afford to be losing them. Let's go ahead and start off by getting Ewan a decent... well, he unfortunately cannot double that guy. You see, these enemies are quite a bit higher level than what we dealt with in the tower. So we're a little bit more wary of being able to take care of them at a reasonable level, but considering Ewan and Natasha are my lowest level people right now, I don't think that's going to be I don't think it's going to be a very... It's going to be a very short-lived problem, let's put it that way. So we'll go ahead and let Ewan dance and do that again. And that should get him to level 20, and we'll go ahead and promote him next turn. Druids, by the way, which we are going to be making him, will regain the ability to use Anima Magic. So Ewan made it to, I think, D rank with Anima before he turned into a Dark Mage. He will once again regain the ability. And there we go, we get some more speed and some skill on him. And we got another white over here, but, oh, with a Zanbato even. So we're going to go ahead and put Amelia out in front. We'll have her use a sword just because I want to get her weapon ranks up. She doesn't need Vidofner because Tana has it, so there's no point in giving her to S rank with lances right away. We can take time and raise up her sword and axe ranks to competent levels to allow her to use some more effective equipment. We're going to go ahead and drop a heal real quick on Ewan so that Natasha will reach maximum level also. And we can promote both of them next turn. And I did bring Guiding Rings for both. More speed and luck for Natasha. That's fantastic. I think I am going to have Garrick knock this wall down just so we can get a... a Shamshir. You don't say. I might, actually, send Archer in there to go pick that up before... It's a lot more valuable than an Iron Blade. Although, I tell you what, I can't use a Shamshir with this current team that I have built. No one's capable of equipping it, so I might be better served by getting the Iron Blade. So we'll just have Garrick knock this wall down. He's not quite strong enough to do it, but honestly, if I just have someone attack it from over here... In fact, why don't we have La Rochelle do it? That'll break that up, and we can kind of take this in a two-pronged approach here. And if something's really dangerous like Gorgons, we can, of course, purge it to death in a single shot. That might become more difficult as we get deeper into the ruins, because the enemies will have more resistance, and thus be able to resist Purge's ability to one-shot them. But given Archer's very high magic growth and the fact that he's got a lot of levels to go yet, I think he'll be able to kind of even that flow out a little bit. And the nice thing about Amelia is she may not be the tankiest of generals, but she's also very fast, and that enables her to just simply dodge things. A lot of luck, too. All the trainees have very, very good luck stats. And there's some defense, so that'll help shore that up a little bit. And the number of enemies on these maps is going to get fairly overwhelming very quickly. this is actually pretty par for the course for most of these levels. So if the amount of people that's currently waiting in front of us is intimidating, well, buckle up, because it's going to get even worse. Some of the maps are less enemy-focused and more just really, really irritating enemy-focused. Particularly to deal with Gorgons and whatnot, because we all know Gorgons are the most irritating thing in this game, by far, no questions asked. Of course, these silly wights, as promoted as they are, still are using pretty basic weaponry, so they're not able to land a lot of damage on us. But we're going to go ahead and send Amelia even further down into this way here, and start swinging around with that awesome-looking sword of hers. I tell you what, there is something to be said about the fact that regardless of what kind of sword you have equipped, based on what character model you're using, it always looks the same. I'm not that big of a fan of that, honestly. I would prefer it if the weapons look different based on what you're equipping. And that is the case with later games, like Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. Your weapon will actually change based on what you have equipped. So we can either make Ewan a summoner or a druid. Summoners only get to use dark magic and staves, which is good enough, but they also have the ability to summon. And what summoning does is it creates this 1 hit point phantom. It's this, it looks like a little skeleton, and they wield axes, and the axe is randomly decided what kind of axe they get. Their stats are also randomly determined. However, they will never have any defense or resistance, and they only have 1 hit point. That being said, they are expendable soldiers that you can summon. I don't believe you can even... I guess you can control them, but you never get to actually see them fight either. They don't have battle animations or anything, but they're basically expendable shock troops that you can summon and just send them to go kill things. And you can summon... You can only have one on the board at a time per summoner, but you can just summon more. So if you're looking for a very easy way to clear out stuff without risking any of your own units, you can just send phantom soldiers in there. They do have the ability to dodge, but again, they can't take hits because they have no defense and 1 hit point. So they're effectively Shedinja from Pokemon, except they don't have Wonder Guard. They just got to rely on dodging. So that being said, as cool as the summoner class is, Ewan is by far the worst of the 3 possible summoners you can get, and Noel, believe it or not, is the best. By far. But sadly, we don't have Noel trained up, and we don't have the 3rd one that can do it. So we're going to go ahead and make Ewan a druid. So he'll retain the ability to use dark magic, he will gain staves, and he will regain anima magic, which is why he's currently wielding a lightning tome. And druids have very competent stats across the board in terms of caps. Nice 3-point boost to his speed, good chunk to defense as well. So yeah, now he's pretty much just about he's going to be just about as good as Loot. There's no question about it. And he still has 19 levels to grow. Very good caps already. So yeah, I think we're going to be just fine with Ewan here. And then finally, we are going to promote Natasha as well. I don't think anybody's in need of healing at the moment, but we're going to start sicking some people. We're going to start sicking her on some people very quickly. And as previously discussed, we are going to make Natasha a bishop. She looks great as a bishop, I think. The only female bishop you can get in this game. We already have a Valkyrie in La Rochelle, and honestly, bishops are just so more utilitarian with that Slayer skill. The losing of the mount is a kind of a big blow, but at the same time, it doesn't make that big of a difference. So we are going to go ahead and make Natasha here a bishop. And she will, as I said previously, be the best of our bishops without a doubt, as soon as she is properly trained. Just getting her to this point is already good enough, but pretty decent promotion bonuses. Her defense is still abysmal, unfortunately, but then again, Archer's isn't any better. In fact, they have the exact same defense stat. Natasha's constitution isn't quite as high. She actually will lose 1 speed point just from using basic lightning tomes. But because she's going to be very fast after a few levels, there's no question about it. So now we have another bishop, which is great. In fact, we're going to let her off the chain right away. I don't see any reason not to here. Let's make sure. I don't think the Elder Bale can get to her if I put her right here in front of Garrick. Nope, does not appear that he can. This second white will be, I guess she'll be able to get hit by 2 whites, a short spear and a horse slayer. That's not too big of a deal. 13 and 17 is 30 hit points, and she's got 32. She'll be fine, even if she gets hit by both. I guess the Cyclops could move too. Oh, geez, and he's got a Tomahawk, of course. Tomahawk and a Devil Axe. Alright, so maybe we don't necessarily want to let her off the chain just yet. I could just set Garrick right here, honestly. It's probably not a terrible idea, and I'll just put her back here. Worst case scenario, I've got plenty of healers on my team, so... I suppose now that she's able to wield damaging weapons in battle, we can turn her animations on. Alright, that'll do. I am going to send Archer over here to support Amelia, just in case we need another healer. And we're going to leave Tana and La Rochelle over here. And I'm just going to let Amelia continue to trounce her way through everything with a basic iron sword. And I know I've talked about it a lot already, but I really freaking like generals, so I'm very okay with letting her go and do her thing. More skill, speed, and luck for a general. Very unusual, but that is the truth. Amelia is by far the most unorthodox general in most of Fire Emblem, I believe. A case could be made for Gwendolyn or Wendy also from Binding Blade, but she's just worse, unfortunately. Wendy's not very good. Well, that's a pretty lackluster level for the Desert Tiger here. Hopefully that does not become a trend. Not overall a very intimidating looking killing edge there. You'll see, even though Amelia's already promoted, she's getting quite a lot of experience from killing these guys. Because they're decently leveled promoted monster enemies, we're actually going to be maxing out our entire team before reaching like level 3 or 4 probably. Maybe not the entire team, but they're going to be growing very, very rapidly, and it will not take long for them to get to maximum level. I was hoping to be able to get that tomahawk from him, but I guess we'll set to settle for another devil axe. Even with minimal light magic training, we're just capable of completely steamrolling people. And her magic's not even that great yet either. But again, that is going to change very quickly, I expect. Luck and resistance. She'll cap both of those before too long. In fact, the cap for both of those for a bishop is 30, so that'll be interesting to see. Magic cap for a female bishop, I think, is 25 or 26. Skill is only like 24 or something like that. 25 maybe, I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and have her deal with this Cyclopean. Even actually, she can't even do that, can she? She's not quite strong enough yet. She does have D rank in light. I could have given her a Shine Tome, but I didn't think to do that, so... you know what? We're just going to have Garrett come on in and take a whack at this guy. I could utterly decimate him with Alhuma if I wanted to, but that's not any fun, so we're just going to keep letting him with an Iron Blade here. The fact that he's doing this much damage to this... Oh, that's a crit. Still not quite enough to kill him, but almost. And then we can let Natasha move in and snipe the kill from him. Which you would think would be really rude, but in this case, I really want to get her trained up as quickly as possible. Alright, so given the enemy density and overall length of a lot of these upcoming levels, which, like I said previously, it's going to be about a floor an episode. I'm hoping some of them might be even longer than that. Probably not too much longer, but in long enough that'll be a point of contention maybe. Oh, there we go. A nice druid crit right off the bat with a lightning bolt, no less. Druids are pretty darn slick. I like them quite a bit. We got these schmucks down here in the corner. Why don't we let Amelia have a hand axe then? So she can contend with all the bow people that are coming at her. Nobody's in need of healing over here. We are going to send Tethys this way. I'll make sure to keep Ewan out of harm's way for the most part. He's got halfway decent defense now, though, doesn't he? Like 9 or 10? Yeah, it's alright. Not spectacular, but it's not bad either. We're just going to leave him right back here, I think. And again, we'll have Archer on station in case anyone gets hurt. I think we're doing alright over here so far. There's Park La Rochelle here as well. And we're going to give her a Divine Tome because that hits a little harder. Sadly, La Rochelle does not get the Slayer skill, so she does not deal triple damage with her light tomes, but she does have a very good magic stat right now, so she's still able to put a nice big punch in a lot of things. Most monsters do not have very good resistance rates unless they are Moguls or Gorgons. Barring that, most enemies just have abysmal resistance. I think Bales are a great example of that. These things are very hardy now. They're arguably almost as tanky as the freaking Cyclopses. Well, not quite that bad, but they're the next up there, I think. These Gorgons are a joke because they're unpromoted still. We got that Wilgi on the move there. I gotta be careful of him. That will not be any fun if he gets too close. Thankfully, I don't think he's capable of doing a great deal of damage to anybody on my roster at the moment, unless it's one of my squishy mages, of course, but Garrick would not have any issues taking on a hit from him. And Ewan will be like, whatever, hit me with a bow, I guess. I fired lightning bolts. Lightning bolts hit just a little bit harder than arrows, methinks. Yeah, as you can see, even our promoted roster is growing at a very, 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 very great rate, which I'm totally okay with. I gave her that hand axe and she'll get to use it once. Hopefully, we'll be hearing a lot of that noise as things progress a bit more. There's nobody on our team with bad defense on one side of the spectrum or the other, so more defense. I like it. Strength too. She's very near her cap for that. I think it's about 27 for a female general. And she is the only female general, so in this game at any rate. We'll keep the hand axe on her, I think, for the time being, although Toxin Lance, huh? That doesn't sound very fun. Brave Bow. Woof. I kind of want that. Why don't we go ahead and back her up then one spot. That way that guy doesn't have a chance to hit me with anything. And I'm going to put Ewan back here just a little bit and get him topped off as well. Archer as a bishop looks a little strange. He doesn't have like the tousled hair that he normally does in his character artwork. Or that sash across him. Hey, with defense, nice. I will take it. Yeah, he'll be okay where he is. And then we'll just leave Tethys up here, I suppose. This is a little bit messy, so we're going to have to be very, very careful how we deal with this mess here. I don't want to expose Natasha to getting hit by a bunch of enemies, so we're just going to keep her tucked away nice and safe right there, I think, for the most part. Might be some ranged enemies that would be able to hit her, but most notably all of these bow people, but they don't have very high attack, and they probably won't be able to hit her very easily either. She's got 57 avoid. That's not spectacular, I suppose. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to get her out of there. I could just hand axe all these guys. Oh, they have Lance Reavers too. That's pretty funny. This one's a little bit stronger. Why don't we whip an axe at his face? Nice. I wouldn't mind getting Garrick to like an A rank in axes so we can whip out a silver axe on people. That's just mean. So 18 and 18 is 3, 26. Yeah, she can handle it. That guy's got a javelin too, but his hit rate is abysmal, so I sincerely doubt he'll be able to land a steady hit on her. Why don't we go ahead and top her off just for kicks and grins here? Tell you what, Valkyries have really cool looking staves though. I could let Tana off the chain here too if I really needed to, but at this point I don't really see any reason to. Not yet. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. Nice, dodge the poison, that's good. We don't need to be worrying about that right now. I do have a restore staff on La Rochelle just in case anyone does get poisoned or petrified or anything like that. Thankfully, there are no enemies that are capable of using utility staves. The closest thing to a utility stave in this particular game mode is the stone that Gorgons have. But even that doesn't necessarily count, because light magic has an advantage against it triangle-wise, so it technically is still dark magic. But yeah, there's no sleep staves, there's no silence, no berserk, nothing nasty like that. So no need to worry about any of that garbage. Thankfully, because as you might imagine, that stuff is not fun to deal with. It's really easy, by the way, to just keep replaying this first floor with newly promoted units. If you let them take on the whole place by themselves, they can pretty much go from 1 to 20 in a single floor. It's really, really ridiculous, actually. And of course, these silly gargoyles offer nothing in the way of XP because they're just pathetic and weak. Even if they were capable of hitting me, they just wouldn't do anything. Or very little, at any rate. And yes, as I mentioned, I do have plenty of spare stuff in my convoy right now. Hopefully I don't need to burn through all of it, but... And there's always the ability to go ahead and buy basic level stuff at any time. But that does not include the likes of hand axes or javelins, so... Thankfully, half my team uses magic, so it's not going to be that big of a problem. More speed and defense and strength and luck. Wow. That was a fantastic level up. Alright, so the Gwilgi is just out of range, and I think that Brave Bow guy also is. Ow. How do you like it? And Natasha does not enjoy getting hit by that stuff very much. Probably should have picked up some dragon shields for her or something. I can buy stat boosting items now from the secret shops, which is really interesting, but they're prohibitively expensive. I do have quite a bit of money. And by quite a bit, I of course mean I have a fart load of money, but I don't believe it's best spent on promotion items or stat boosting items just this minute. She needs to get some skill and defense. I would very much appreciate that if she did. Yeah, this guy's not going to hit her. Almost one-shots the guy with a basic lightning tome. She's getting some weapon rank XP though too, which is nice. Definitely need that for her. Amelia will laugh at this guy. His vain attempt to hit her with a bow. Yeah, here we go. So, if I can get to that guy before he gets to me here. I can't double Mr. Gwilgi here. He's just too darn fast. However, I might be able to simply one-shot him with a Shine Tome. Just enough. Would you look at that? Goodbye. This is why bishops are amazing. I'm glad I brought a couple of them. We'll go ahead and take out this guy with the Brave Bow so that we can have one of our very own. Nobody on my team is capable of using the thing, but hey, we'll have it in the convoy and I could always sell it too. Nice axe crit right off the bat there. Totally worth it. And then, of course, we've got Ewan to mop up these other two chumps. Yep, don't need that. So we'll go ahead and disable him real quick. I could reach S rank in Dark Magic. That would give me an extra hit and crit percentage with Dark Magic tomes. Very valuable because Dark Magic sometimes will have difficulty hitting things. Its hit rate is not spectacular when compared to Light or Anima. So I wonder if that... Actually, what is his... He has A rank in Dark Magic right now. That's not terrible. So yeah, we'll go ahead and let him go here. Looks like Ewan and Tethys can support. They are brother and sister after all, so... Yeah, we'll start busting out the Dark Magic here. You might think it a little counterintuitive to use Dark Magic against monsters, and normally you'd be right, but... There's nothing that uses Anima, so I don't have a weapon triangle advantage. I don't have disadvantage either. Because nothing uses light, so it's pretty much a neutral wash for a lot of battles these guys have. A killing edge, that could be a problem. If he hits me, of course. Yikes. I have really good luck on him, though, too, right? Oh, 22, yeah, so... That 35 crit's actually only 13%. It's a much more manageable number, I think. We'll go ahead and send Garrick over here. Give him his Iron Blade back. We'll send Natasha just behind. Not too close, because I don't want her getting pwned again. We'll have La Rochelle patch her up real quick, and I'll send Tana down to the far left there and clean up whatever resistance is remaining. Considering Tana hasn't had a chance to do a whole lot just yet this map. Iron Blade versus Iron Blade. Which one do you think will prevail? Yeah, that's not even really a question at this point. This guy is just ridiculously good. The 24 across the board on offensive stats, that's obscene. Alright, see how this goes. Nope, no hit. Actually, that crit would have killed me if it had happened. That would have been really bad. Losing my newly promoted druid on the first floor of the frickin' ruins. I'm going to need to be a little bit more careful and actually look at monsters' weapons before I move in, because that kind of stuff can get me killed very easily later on, and I really can't afford that. The bow guy chooses... Oh, I guess because Garrett can't retaliate. Not right now, at any rate. Yeah, we're almost done. There actually are some reinforcements to be seen on this map, but they're very few. And they're not terribly threatening anyway, so... we'll just go Killer Lance, I think, for these guys. That should be good enough. Again, not worried about the bow because of my Philly shield, so... let's go ahead and take this sucker down. I do like it. I do think it's pretty funny that druids just have their hands so far up their sleeves you can't even see them. What's this guy got? A killer bow. Man with the killer weapons again. Alright, well. That would be an 11 damage crit if it hits me. Wouldn't kill me, but it would be dang close. Guess we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Let's let Amelia move a little further ahead, shall we? In fact, I'll send her right into that mess of dudes over here. Alright, I'll have Garrick move up to take care of him as well, just in case, because he's not likely to get hit very easily. We are going to, however, keep Natasha very far away from that. Let's make sure I know where I'm moving here. Right here, that should be fine. And we'll keep La Rochelle just behind as well. This should be good. It's fun watching Tana work. That Wyvern Knight animation is just absolutely incredible. Character sprite also very cool looking. She's actually one of our higher level guys. I just realized she's level 9. Oh good, a Steel Lance. Let me just dump that off here. Don't need that. Actually draw out the Killer Bow against Garrick because he doesn't retaliate against him. It's a good way to bait the enemy AI. Poison Bow, please dodge that. I didn't have any imagination that she wouldn't, but you never know. Bad things can happen. Let's see, we got a Spear, Steel Lance, Longbow. Ooh, a red gem. From a reinforcement, too. That's unusual. Why don't we go ahead and smite these guys down real quick. Again, it is incredibly nice to be able to just send a general into this giant mass of dudes and just have them destroy everything. Not only is she tanky now at this point, but she's so fast and has so much luck, she's just unkillable. More strength, more skill, more hit points. That's going to be weapon rank D for swords. I can give her an Iron Blade now. Next chapter, and that will make her even more ridiculously powerful. Yeah, look how close she is to capping for most of these stats. She probably won't reach defense cap, but she will reach, for sure, speed, luck, and strength. Possibly skill as well. Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Definitely looking forward to that. And Garrick is very close to capping on strength and speed. Probably will reach skill. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe defense as well. I would like that very, very much. Let's go ahead and deal with this chump here. Actually, let's make sure we're not in range of more than one of them. I can just put Garrick in the way. Go ahead and fluxify this guy here. Is that a word? Fluxify? I'm not sure. Oh well, who cares? Alrighty. We're making decent progress already. More magic and speed, I love it. If Ewan doesn't turn out to be all that great, we can replace him with loot down the line. I have access to all my repertoire of units no matter at any time, really, so it's not like I have to pick what I'm bringing right away or anything like that. I haven't busted out that steel axe yet, so let's do that. Come over here and... he doesn't need to be patched up, he's good. How's the rest of our team looking here? Just trying to keep my healers out of the way, just because I don't want them getting picked off on random incidents. It does happen sometimes, and it's very, very, very sad when it does. Can I Silver Lance this guy? Not quite. We'll just kill him, that's fine. Having an obscenely high critical rate of 42% and still not criticaling is very irritating, but it is what it is. Alright, we just got that little group down by the top left there and the very bottom, and then we're all set. She's laughing off steel lances. That's just so funny. I would like it if she got quite a bit more defense before she reaches max level, but I don't believe she's going to reach more than like 24. That's a very good number, by the way, but her cap, I think, is 29 or even maybe even 30. I'm not sure, actually. I know for male generals it's 30, but female units tend to have lower defenses and more resistance, but they're also faster. That's going to be a strength cap, I think. If not, it's one off from strength cap. I'll go take a look in a second once she's done killing everything. She's gotten quite a lot of strength, even when she was a lower unit. Like, she had 14 coming out of Knight, didn't she? Like, that was absurd. 14 strength for like a level... Oh, crap. Oh, it's a hammer. And prepare to receive a critical hit to the face in retaliation. Alright. Hopefully we'll get a decent level out of that. Some more speed, please? No? Alright, fine. 18 speed's okay. It's not what I'd like it to be, but... Oh yeah, this guy's got a longbow. I don't think the boss guy's gonna move. No, he would have moved by now if he was going to. Unless he's got a ranged weapon. Oh, he does. He's got like a javelin or something, doesn't he? No, he doesn't move. Ooh, elder bales, huh? Interesting. Well, why don't I dispatch with this guy real quick with a single silver lance. A pierce silver lance, no doubt. Completely unnecessary, but still fun to watch. Alright, so we're going to send Natasha in, I think, because that just sounds like fun. Actually, let me see if I can hit anybody else from distance here. We gotta mop up these melee people. Or the range people, I should say, not melee people. How far can Tethys move before she has to retreat here? This should be good enough. We'll get Garrick to take out the other bow character here. Get out of here. Nobody's interested in your silly bows. Okie doke. And then we'll just park Amelia right there in the center. She can handle everybody else. Oh, geez, I have reached my storage capacity. Well, I have another Iron Blade waiting. I just got one this level, so we'll drop this. Gotta be careful. I don't want to pick anything else up now. What I can do is take stuff out of the convoy and give it to people that I'm not using to free up space. So it's not like it's a big problem. And I've got a lot of spare units we're not using, so I effectively have another couple of convoys worth of spots. It's just a pain in the neck is all. Wow. Alright. So she's definitely strength capped now. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Alright, 9 more levels to go. She's got 3 more speed to go, I think. 8 more skill. And at least another 7 defense, maybe even 8. And 5 luck. I think she'll be able to cap most of that stuff. That will be fantastic. Alright, the bales can't reach her. And again, I don't think the boss guy will move, so we should be good to move up a little bit. Anybody hurt? I don't think so. I do have plenty of staves on these guys, but even with a sharp clawed elder bale, we're only taking 11 damage. I freaking love that critical animation. Probably my favorite in this game. I'm not even gonna lie. Watching a general crit with a sword is the best darn thing in the world. So regardless of what happens, this is going to be the end of the level because the boss is going to kill himself on us. Unless I don't kill this Bale. There could be some more reinforcements, I don't know. I guess I'm not going to kill him, that's alright. I didn't crit again as much as I wanted to. Oh, he goes for Garrick, huh? Oh, he's got a javelin, gotcha, okay. Oh, we do have some more reinforcements. Why don't we let Natasha deal with some of these schmucks? Get out of here. I'm very much looking forward to getting her to max level. She's going to be ridiculously hard to kill. Magic, speed, luck, and resistance. That's all you need as a bishop, really. These guys drop anything? No, they do not. Alright, that's fine. We'll send Ewan in there to handle one of these guys. Is he hurt at all? No, he's fine. I mean, he's been poked at a little bit, I guess, but nothing of consequence. Alrighty. And let's let... You know what? No, it's alright. We don't need to let Larshall have any fun necessarily right this minute. I'll let Garrick kill something. How about that? Or, nah, I want to keep one working on Amelia here because it's too much fun. Let's go ahead and steel axe on this guy. I don't know how much more reinforcements we're planning on spawning, but I think it's time to move on. So we'll just take out the boss guy and get out of here. Another level up. Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, it's time to leave then. We're gonna get level ups like that. Woof. Alright, well, no matter. Archer could do with some XP, I think. Hasn't been doing a whole heck of a lot so far. Arguably did even less stuff than Tana, really. Alright, I'll take it. With a Hoplon guard, his luck's a little irrelevant, although it just cuts into his dodge ability. At any rate, that is the first floor of the Lagdou Ruins cleared. We are going to move on to floor number 2 in the next episode. And we're going to stick with the same team. I might do some convoy rearranging, but other than that, we will dig right into it next time. So until then, thank you all very much for watching up to this point. I really do appreciate it. We got 9 levels to go, and we'll be all set. So until then, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.